Chapter 10. How to Profit from Adversity. Your positive mental attitude is the principle that makes it possible for you to convert adversity, disappointment, defeat, and every failure you meet with into a valuable asset. The principle of learning from adversity makes it possible for you to transmute all your past failures and mistakes into assets, which will help you to achieve outstanding success in the future. This is an important fact to consider, which may give you immediate possession of the great master key to success. It seems to have been intended by nature that everyone who experiences adversity and failure learn the discipline of taking possession of his or her own mind. Despite the pain we might get from adversities and unpleasant experiences, the Creator very wisely provided everyone with a means of converting those experiences into benefits of priceless value. Once you learn that adversities can be made to pay you in dividends, you will acquire the habit of looking for that seed of an equivalent benefit in each unpleasant experience you meet with. This first illustration concerns a man of which you may have heard. You may have eaten some of the food he marketed throughout the nation. This man's name is Milo C. Jones. He owned a small farm near Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, in which he made a fair living until he was stricken down with double paralysis. This disease deprived him of every portion of his body except his brain. In his hour of great adversity, Milo C. Jones used his mind and came up with the idea of raising hogs and converting them into little pig sausages. Previous to this adversity, Milo C. Jones had just made a simple living, but upon this discovery, Mr. Jones came to be blessed with a huge fortune. Isn't it strange that so often people have to be cut down by failure and defeat before they learn that they have minds capable of mastering all their problems? The next illustration is based upon the adversity of a man whom we all know very well because he was the 32nd President of the United States. His name was Franklin D. Roosevelt. In the prime of his life, he was stricken with polio, which destroyed the use of his legs. But instead of sitting on a street corner with a tin cup and some lead pencils, like many others might have done under similar circumstances, Mr. Roosevelt transmuted his affliction into a build-up of his self-reliance and lifted himself to the highest position available to mankind anywhere on this earth. He got that position and held it longer than any other president before him until he passed on. In life you will find that some adversities challenge you to reach for success in a way you would never have known without them. This next illustration involves our great American way of life and all the personal freedom and opportunities we enjoy under it. It began with our defeat of the British in 1778. If we had not defeated the British and made ourselves rich and powerful, the British Empire probably would have been wiped out in both World Wars I and II. Although the British Empire survived those two wars, it was our financial help that saved the British from starvation and bankruptcy. So today, every British should give thanks for the defeat of Lord Charles Cornwallis's army, because it was that defeat which enabled America to finally become the means of survival for the British Empire. Remember those two sealed envelopes that were mentioned in the previous chapters? One of them is labeled, "The riches you might enjoy by taking possession of your own mind." You have a responsibility to yourself, your loved ones, and your Creator to direct your mind to the ends of your own choice. This responsibility is yours, and no one else can rob you of it or fulfill it for you. Our great system of free enterprise is designed so as to provide you and I with every possible motive for writing our own ticket in life. It is definitely a part of the overall plan of the universe that the benefits and blessings go out to anyone that recognizes, embraces, and uses his mind constructively. It is an inevitable law of nature that you lose that which you do not use. For instance, if we neglect to keep in contact with our friends and cultivate them, we will lose them. If we show indifference to the patrons in whom we earn our living, or the employer who pays our wages, very soon we will find ourselves without a market for our services. This law also applies to the use of our own mind. We who so often boast that we are citizens of the richest and most powerful nation on the planet will do well to remember we lose that which we do not properly use. In using our mind, we must first learn how to profit from adversity and embrace it. Never again, as long as we live, shall we complain over unpleasant experiences. We should know that our efforts can be better employed by searching for that seed of an equivalent value and benefit. Let's go back into our past experiences and study each adversity and failure. We might find ourselves richer than we believed ourselves to be. In conclusion, just remember, nothing can be called failure until you accept it as such.